All right, welcome back to the First and Gold podcast. I'm your host, Sam Gold, and today, it's the playoffs. We are here to predict every single wildcard game of the 2024-2025 season. Oh, God, here we go. This is about to get intense. Not for me, because I'm a Chiefs fan. We got the week off. Very nice. But for many other teams, it's ride or die. Win or go home. I know Al's nervous as a Vikings fan. There's a lot on the line. I don't know what that noise was. And before we get into all of it, let's shout out the only person that commented a bold prediction on last week's video. So guys, we're going to need more of you to comment down below on this week's episode. Your bold prediction for the wild card round. Whoever got it the closest, we're going to pin and shout out on the next episode. But last week, for Week 18, we had, shout out Devin Norbu, 6306, a great follower of ours, a regular. Thanks for commenting. He commented, and there's a reason why this is the only one, because I have to shout it out. But this was quite a doozy. Carson Wentz will light up Mile High Stadium for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Go Chiefs! Yeah, we lost 38-0. So thanks, Devin Norbu, for completely jinxing it, and now our season's ruined forever. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that was, yeah, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Let's see. Let's tally it up. He had about 97 yards and 0 touchdowns. And we lost 30-0. Okay, so, yeah, thanks, Devin Norbu. Let's start with the Saturday 4 o'clock game, and what better matchup would it be than Texans-Chargers of every single season? It's whoever wins the AFC South hosts the Saturday 4 o'clock game. It's so perfect. They always set it up to be the same thing. The Texans hosted the Browns last year. But here we go. Texans-Chargers. Oh, God. It sucks because this is most likely the team that is going to play the Chiefs. And I just know it's going to be the Chargers. And I don't want to play the Chargers because they're scary. They're a divisional opponent. They actually have a good coach. They got Justin Herbert. And they play every game close with the Chiefs. So with that being said, as much as I want to pick the Texans, and I do still believe the Texans are favored, if I had to guess, probably by like a point or two, just because they're at home, I'll make it my upset alert, because it's got to be the Chargers. I just don't see a world. It'll probably be a close game, but I don't know. The Texans are just so fizzled out, where, look, if CJ Stroud has one of his best games, there's always a chance, but the fact with all the injuries, and it just feels like it's not the Texans' year, and I think the coaching is just a little bit better. The defense is just a little bit better for the Chargers. I'm going to have to pick LA to win this game. It hurts to say it, but I'll make it close. Hopefully it's a good one. I'll pick the Chargers to win it 23-20 in an upset alert. There you go. First wildcard game checked off as we move on to the Saturday night game, which is a big division rivalry, Ravens-Steelers. Now, if this was like 6 weeks ago, I'd be like, yo, Ravens-Steelers for a third time this year in the wild card round in Baltimore, sign me up. I'm going to watch that all day long. Now, I'm still going to watch this game, but unfortunately, it's just the Steelers are spiraling out of control. It just seems like anytime they lock up a winning record, they just suck after that. Russell Wilson doesn't look the same anymore. George Pickens is dropping passes. And the Ravens are at home, and they're rolling. Lamar Jackson should absolutely be the MVP candidate. And look, playoff Lamar is different. Lamar against the Steelers, most of the time, other than last time they played each other, is different. So there's always a chance. But with that being said, I'm still going to make it my lock of the week and pick the Ravens 100% to win this game, and it's not going to be close. I'm sorry, Steelers fans. Maybe you guys pull out this one, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm picking the Ravens to win it 29-13 in a very odd game where the Ravens just dominate. There you go. Sunday at 1 o'clock. It's kind of funny. I also feel like they reserved Buffalo for this slot. Pretty sure they played the Dolphins a couple years ago at this slot. Last year, they played the Steelers. And this time, they have a team that hasn't made the playoffs since 2016, since Peyton Manning was on the squad. It's the Denver Broncos. Pains me to say that. But look, they earned their way in. 10-win season. Bo Nix had a great rookie year. Sean Payton. It's coming together. But they got a tough task ahead of them. They got to play the Buffalo Bills with the person that's probably going to end up winning the MVP, even though I think it should be Lamar and Josh Allen. And look, Josh Allen is one of those quarterbacks, although they haven't been able to get it done as a team in the playoffs, Josh Allen has always played well, and I don't have any doubts about him himself. Look, I think some people are going to end up picking this as their upset, But I think the Broncos are just going to have false confidence going into this game after playing the Chiefs backups. They're going to think they're a little bit better than they were. They're now going to go into a tough environment and realize, oh yeah, that's right. We're just still the Broncos and we're not on the same level as the Bills. So as much as I would love the Broncos to upset Buffalo and take them out of the playoffs already, it's not going to happen. I'm picking the Bills to win this game 30-20. 4 o'clock is Packers-Eagles. I was kind of hoping this would be a primetime game because I'm stamping this as my game of the week. I love this matchup. It's a rematch of the Brazil Week 1 game that was a shootout. The first time we got to see Saquon in Eagles uniform, he was great. Hopefully Jordan Love will be nice and healthy for this game because he did have a hand injury to leave against the Bears last week. But look, another scenario where I feel like within the first half, I would say, I'm going to know exactly who's going to win this game. Because if the Eagles come out and Jalen Hurts is a little bit flat and Jordan Love is throwing dots, I think this could be really up for grabs, and the Eagles are going to risk losing the first round of the playoffs, which is insane. However, I'm going to pick the Eagles. I have confidence that at least in the first round at home, even though the Packers are a frisky team, they're going to come out on top and win this game with a better roster and Saquon. So we'll see. I'm picking the Packers to lose this one. Unfortunately, one and done in the playoffs to the Eagles. The score is going to be 31-24. And then the Sunday night game, an underrated game, Commanders-Bucks in Tampa. The Bucks just secured the NFC South. The Commanders had a last-minute touchdown against the Cowboys to get that 6th seed. This is another Week 1 rematch. Ooh, this is really close, which is, it's really up for grabs, which I'm going to have to bring back a great graphic that we love using, which is the unlock of the week. It's so 50-50. Both offenses are so fun to watch. Jaden Daniels versus Baker Mayfield. Both defenses are probably going to allow for a more fun shootout type of game. And I really just think it's going to end up being which quarterback makes the least amount of mistakes. Man, it just sucks to see one of these teams have to go in the first round. I like watching both these teams. This is going to be really tough. I'm going to give the slight edge to the home team, the slightly better coach, and the more experienced team, which is the Bucks, to move on and win another playoff game under Baker Mayfield. It's going to be really, really close. I'm picking the Bucks to win this one 27-24 on a game-winning field goal. And then finally, they're saving this game for Monday Night Football. Interesting choice. It's Rams-Vikings. Now, if you go back and watch the last episode, I feel like I am losing a lot of hope about the Vikings after last game. All it took for me in the back of my head was to think, well, look, the Vikings do truly look like a good team. Finally, they don't look like frauds like they did 2 years ago. But if there's one thing that's going to hold them back, it's Sam Darnold performing like the Jets Sam Darnold and just collapsing when it matters most and not being clutch. And that's exactly what happened against the Lions, and that makes me really, really nervous for this game. But I'm not going to lose full hope on this one. I think the Rams are really good. I think it's going to be a really, really close game. By the way, shout out to my uniform matchup of the week. It's on Monday Night Football. It's a tough spot to be in. Everything else is already settled in the playoffs. And I'm just barely going to pick the Vikings in this one. It's going to be tough. And I could totally see them losing one and done. That would suck. But I'll pick the Vikings. I'll give them one last chance. Although I'm not going to be surprised if they lose. I'm picking the Vikings. Al's happy about this. Let's hope they can somehow get this done and win the game. I'm picking the score to be 23-22 in a really, really close heart attack game. And unfortunately, the Rams and possibly Matt Stafford in his last ever game. We'll see. And that's it. The wild card set. We'll see how many I get right. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially as a Chiefs fan, to just sit back, relax, watch all the other teams go at it, hit each other, make them less healthy as we rest up. But it's nerve-wracking for a lot of these fan bases. So go out and enjoy Wild Card Weekend. It's one of the most fun weekends in NFL. We'll see what happens. Guys, don't forget to comment down below your bold prediction for Wild Card Weekend in the comments. Like and subscribe. But that was the video. A lot of fun. We'll see what happens. Don't forget to follow us at First and Gold on Instagram and TikTok. And we'll see you guys for the next episode. Goodbye.